Satnam and welcome. My name is Ann Taylor. It is my honor to lead you in Kundalini Yoga this morning. And some wonderful pranayam too, that's going to help calm down the nervous system, cool some inner anger, and then also help with some compulsive behaviors. Most of us are on some point of the continuum of addictions, be it addictions to things like substances, smoking, alcohol, but there's a continuum. Shopping, excessive shopping to fill in that void, social media to get that quick burst of energy when you win a game, or all of the qualities that social media may have. Or it can be modes of thinking, negative thought patterns that we're addicted to that are not serving us. And so where we can use various means and methods to numb ourselves out, Kundalini Yoga will help bring some of these issues to the surface. Now, the issues are often started in childhood or even pre-birth. And so, again, there's different kinds of mothers, which we'll get into in the month of May when we talk about rebirthing in the mother complex. So some of these are kind of the roots of addictions. And so we're here to try to replace our habits and cleanse the nervous system, cleanse the body, so that we can be more successful in achieving the goal of becoming, I guess, our best self, our highest self that we can on this earth plane. The main pranayam is Sitali Breath, which some of you may be familiar with. I'm going to sandwich it in between long, deep breathing and left nostril breathing. Sitali Breath is done with a curled tongue. You make a U out of your tongue. I'll go into that a little bit more when we get onto that one. But long, deep breathing is a good place to start, just to kind of get into the groove, so to speak. I'm going to just review some of the fine points of long, deep breathing, and then we'll do it for about 3 minutes. First of all, make sure your spine is nice and straight. Whether you're sitting in a chair at times, just double check you're not stiff, but you're straight. The chin is in a slight neck lock, and you'll feel the back of the neck opening. The hips should be higher than the knees so that the energy has its proper flow. As you begin the inhale with long, deep breathing, you begin at the navel point. Open up the belly, and you'll feel the diaphragm falling. Open, that gives the lungs more room to breathe. Open, take in oxygen, and then bring the breath all the way up to the collarbone. And then reverse the process, pulling the navel point in at the end of the exhale. Long, deep breathing helps improve the communication between the pineal gland and the pituitary gland. And so long, deep breathing hopefully is part of your daily practice. Whether you're driving, you can shift into long, deep breathing without going into an altered state. So you can do 5 seconds on the inhale, 5 seconds on the exhale. Try to keep them about the same. As we take fewer breaths per minute, so if we can get it down to like 8 breaths per minute, we're really beginning to calm down the stress, rebalance the nervous system, allow that parasympathetic nervous system to engage. So a lot is happening. We tune in with the Adi mantra. Place your hands together at the heart center. Inhale deeply, exhale, and inhale to tune in. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Allow the eyes to close, focus on the brow point, hands in Gyan Mudra on the knees, and let's begin long, deep breathing. Inhale deeply, opening up the belly. Exhale when you need to, and continue finding a pace or rhythm that works best for you. As you proceed with the pranayam, see if you can lengthen the inhale and the exhale. There's no hold at the top or the bottom. Stay in the present. What addictive patterns would you like to release from your life? Again, they might be subtle or not so subtle. I wouldn't consider negative thoughts about yourself as a subtle process. But everybody in the room here has different struggles coming from a different place. And as we practice together, holding space for one another, allowing these challenges to kind of gently bubble up and then be taken in by the group energy and just released back down into the earth, gone. Inhale deeply. Exhale. And now we move on to Sitali breath. It's a cooling breath. In Ayurvedic medicine, it reduces the pitta, which is active, can be verging onto anger. So we start with the U-shaped tongue. So you're going to roll your tongue. On the inhale, inhale through the tongue like you're sipping air, and then slowly exhale through the nose. And using the same elements as we did with long, deep breathing, allow the navel point to open, the rib cage to really open. Eyes are closed and focused at the brow point. And let's begin Sitali breath. Inhale. When you need to exhale, do so, keeping the inhale and exhale approximately the same. This is a very rejuvenating and detoxifying breath. It's one that is prescribed to do 26 times in the morning and 26 times in the evening. If at any point during your Kundalini yoga practice, you start to feel some uncomfortable feelings bubbling up, do your best to allow them. And if you have an emotional reaction, let it process, let it go. This is going in a different direction than talk therapy, where tapping into the wisdom and the memories held within the body, applying yogic technology, and then allowing the body's wisdom to do the work of letting go of that which is no longer serving us. And finishing the round you're on, just breathing normally when you're done and just taking in the effects of Sitali Pranayam. Get curious, dropping out of our head. Notice, do I feel any different than when I sat down or when I got up this morning? So part of my hope as I teach Kundalini Yoga is that you will find one of the practices, either a pranayama, a meditation, a kriya, that really resonates with you. It's bringing up stuff. It's making you work, or one that just you think, okay, that's it. I'm going to try to practice that for 40 days, 90 days, 120 days. So again, Sitali breath, if you're dealing with inner anger issues, even if they're suppressed and they're kind of under control, but once in a while that comes up, you might try Sitali Pranayam, 26 breaths in the morning, 26 in the evening for 40 days, 60 days, 90 days, etc. Okay, the last pranayam that we'll practice this morning, left nostril breathing. Simple to do. It's long, deep breathing, except only through the left nostril. This is a good pranayam for compulsive eating or for other behaviors. It's a great one just to relax. We're taking in that moon energy, that feminine energy. The parasympathetic is coming online, quelling down stress and anxieties. Let's begin left nostril breathing. Blocking off the right nostril. Inhale deeply through the left. Again, opening up the belly as we did before. And exhaling through the left. We do not switch. So we're learning to use our resources when we find ourselves in emotional pain, mental anguish, having the tools that we can get ourselves out of that frequency rather than using substances that we feel that we're not needing to numb, and just allow that Kundalini energy to break through. I always feel better after my practice. Inhale deeply through the left nostril, suspend the breath. Exhale, allow the eyes to remain closed and just be with your experience. Kundalini Yoga is an excellent technology for stirring things up and allowing the emotions to surface. Thank you for joining me for today's pranayam. This was a segment extracted from a full-length class. If you're interested to practice the kriyas and meditations as well as pranayam, I hope you'll consider joining the next series. Every month I take a different topic and fold in some Jungian psychology as well. They blend so well with Kundalini Yoga. And we're on the mat together virtually. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and consider subscribing. I'd love for you to join me.